We have a number of different changes happening in our homeschool starting in the new year. And I can't even really blame the craziness of 2020 on why I'm making all of these changes. So hi, my name is Angie. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. I'm a mom to 4. I love to homeschool and I love to share both of those things on this channel. So thank you for stopping by if you are new here. And please consider subscribing if you like what you see. So like I was saying, we have a number of different changes happening right around now. And honestly, the fact that 2020 happened and everything kind of was in disarray really isn't the reason. The primary reason things are changing in our homeschool is me, actually. I think it's just the fact that I have been growing and shifting and changing as a homeschool mom, and I've been learning to really play the middle between reality and idealism. And I just feel like, especially in homeschool, there's this tendency to have kind of this ideal idea of like, we're going to make everything wonderful and great and beautiful. And mind you, those things are amazing, but there's also the reality of life, of what's all going on. And so I think a lot of my changes have just been in response to my children, as well as in response to myself and kind of what makes me thrive. Anyway, let me just hop into the update because some of you are probably wondering what we are changing. So to start with, let's see, I'll start with math. So math, we're not changing, which is wonderful. I feel like kindergarten was the year that we did a lot of switching around curriculum, and I actually have a video on that. But we are just loving Singapore math. And I did just switch my son over to the primary for first grade, so 1A, in November sometime. So it's a fairly recent switch, but I am loving it. Actually, I really like it. I like the setup. And I'm in the process of compiling my thoughts for making a review video, a comparison video for primary and dimensions math. So that will be coming shortly in the next couple weeks. My daughter is using the dimensions program and she's doing really well. I mean, they don't have a kindergarten version for primary, so that's why she's still in dimensions. And then my son is transitioning really well into primary. So we are just loving that. Okay, second subject, language arts. And this is really where all the changes are occurring. And it's been kind of over time, I would say. I recently put up a video, I think in November, sometime fairly recently, about how I assess curriculum, and I used the logic of English as my example. And I got wonderful feedback. I got wonderful opinions and thoughts from all of you, so I thank you for that. Here's what's been happening. So like I said in that video, I was making some adjustments. I was trying to kind of pump the brakes on the logic of English program because we were in Foundation C for my son, and it was just not going anywhere, and it was causing a lot of issues and pushback. So we took a huge break because we were moving, and when we picked back up, we were picking back up with some extra things to supplement him with his fluency and his just real confidence, and those things just weren't helping, and I just couldn't figure out how to get him what he needed. And after thinking about it for a while, what he really needed was confidence and fluency. So just the confidence that he could read. And I considered like starting back over in like Foundations B and potentially doing that. But I thought that would not be great for his self-esteem really, or confidence, to just be redoing a whole program. So what I thought of, and actually a number of you gave me this suggestion, is to transition to All About Reading, which we have used All About Reading before. We used All About Reading pre-reading when he was 4. Yeah, before his kindergarten year, and we just loved it. It was Ziggy school, and he just really, really enjoyed it. And then in the process of researching curriculum, I really liked the logic of English philosophy and just how she did things, and I still really do. And this switch really doesn't have much to do with logic of English not being a good program. Actually, I think I've held on a long time because I just really, really liked it and really believed in it, but I don't think it's serving my son very well, and I need to honor that. And so my idea is to start him back a little bit before. So we are going from Logic of English Foundation C back to level 1 in All About Reading. And with the idea that the first level will probably be fairly quick for him, but the techniques between the two programs are actually very similar. I think it's called like OG. I think it stands for the two people who developed this way of teaching phonics. And so they complement each other, in my opinion. All About Reading and Logic of English complement each other. So my thoughts were I could start him in All About Reading and we could go through it, and it kind of already supports his current knowledge base. So we're not just like chucking a curriculum and trying something else. I'm actually using All About Reading to build confidence and build fluency and build upon the base he already has, since the two programs feel similar to me. And so that's kind of why the decision to All About Reading happened. And honestly, I might go back to Logic of English. I just have to see how he does. But if he really takes to All About Reading, I'll probably just stick with that. And then I'll hold Logic of English in reserve for, say, if my daughter prefers that style of a program for her language arts. And we'll just have to see. Because I've already learned through teaching my son math or coming to the Singapore method is he prefers kind of a mastery approach. And as where Logic of English wasn't necessarily spiral, it was a whole language arts program. So it was teaching a lot of things all at the same time. So it would go from phonetic awareness, it'd go to spelling, it'd go to dictation, it'd go to fluency and comprehension and other things. So it just kind of was making this rolling way of teaching, which totally was fine until it wasn't. And so I decided that just knowing that about him with math, I thought maybe trying a program that was just reading, and really see if we can kind of tackle it that way and then pick up spelling in other ways. Like I picked up some All About Spelling. We'll just try that because I feel like they complement each other and we'll see. I mean, that the spelling part I'm not as concerned with. Really what I'm focused on, especially this year, is getting him more comfortable with reading. Even if he takes a slow amount of time to get there, just to give him the best base and the best program for his learning style is what I'm trying to do. And then of course we read tons of read alouds and do other things. And so that's the big part of language arts. Like I said, we're going to shift to All About Spelling. We'll see how that goes. As for handwriting, that actually has been going really well. We still use the Danielian handwriting books. I love it. Actually, he gets complimented all the time on his handwriting, which for a 6, almost 7-year-old boy, I think is pretty good. And so we really like that style of handwriting, and that's been going well. And then I did an unboxing a couple months ago of Lightning Literature. We really just started it, so I'm liking it so far. And as I get into it and feel it out more, I'll do a review. But I'm really enjoying it. It's a good time for us to talk about some extra stuff, some more like comprehension things, and some just like baby step our way into writing or composition and grammar. So I think it's so far a really good program, and it uses books to teach, which I am a big fan of. So that's language arts. I feel like it has definitely been my struggle subject for the year. Math was last year, language arts is this year, and that's okay. But we do have a couple other subjects. Of course we do. We are picking up Build Your Library Level 1, and I'm doing it for history, art study, poetry, read alouds, and science. And so I actually just posted a video maybe a week ago on finally choosing which science curriculum we were planning to use for the spring. It took me a while to get there, but I'm so happy and I'm so excited to kind of use the nature part of Build Your Library Level 1 for the spring semester with my kids. So see that video if you are interested in why I picked that for science. But we're using Build Your Library, most everything in Build Your Library, I think. And then I'm going to be supplementing a bit with Torchlight. Not a ton. Build Your Library is going to be kind of our base, and Torchlight I'm going to be pulling a few things in from. And I do plan on making a video about that because I'm really excited about some of the things I'll be pulling in and kind of supplementing our ancient history, especially the history part of Build Your Library with Torchlight. So that should be really, really good. So that's kind of the next big broad subject. So we had math, language arts, all the stuff included with Build Your Library. And then we also have Bible. So Bible and character. I'm still using the character first education, which I really like. We're starting on generosity, which I'm excited about. And then Bible, that actually is something I could use some help with. I'm currently just reading a bit from theology as well as from Jesus Storybook Bible, but I'm not sure exactly what more to do, or if anybody has anything for this age group that they just love, that they just feel like their kids just have enjoyed a lot, that is a Bible study of some sort, please let me know, because I just want that for my kids. I just haven't found a great thing. So those are Bible, character, art. So we're still doing artistic pursuits. I love it. It's really fun. The kids really love it. They always look forward to it. We tend to do it on the days that my in-laws take the twins because it is a bit more messy. That's when we try and do all our kind of bigger activities, history, science, whatever we're planning. It tends to land on those days. So yeah, that's kind of update as for curriculum. But the other update I have with our homeschool is our schedule. So I have shifted one important thing that has been making a huge difference for us. Is I used to have our morning time in the morning. And I did that first thing, and that was good. And I had morning time bins, which I have a whole video about that, which I really enjoy, which we're still using the bins. But what I found was that we were using all of our energy and the time when the twins are the best on morning time, which I like because I just read so many books. They're like, this is where memories are made. This is the important stuff. And it is, but the thing is, I'd get stressed if that's all we did. For me, the more important stuff is teaching my kids to read, teaching them to do math, do all of that stuff. And the stuff that ends up in morning time is important, but I put it more in the secondary important. If we don't do it, I don't stress as much. It doesn't affect me as much. I've started working with my big kids first on their language arts and math and all of that stuff. And then after snack time is more when we hit all of the stuff for morning time, which is a lot of stuff for Build Your Library and Torchlight and things like that. So our read aloud, it all kind of lands there. And then it's just a really enjoyable time from then until lunch. And then after lunch, I do a little bit more work with my son on the lightning literature before they do their quiet time. So it all kind of still fits in before quiet time. So anyway, that's a little bit of an update. It's definitely a new year with some new stuff. It doesn't feel that new, but then it does feel really new. I don't know. Just me trying to figure out what's best for myself and my kids and doing the best I can. So I hope this was helpful. I would love to hear how you are updating your homeschool come 2021 and how that is all going and any new stuff you want to share. So please share. All right, that is all I have for this video. Please consider liking the video and subscribing, and then I will see you in the next homeschooling video. All right, take care.